And that is to advertise on a homeless person's blanket.
Say what?
What's up, boys and girls? It's Plutto here, back with another video. Woo! There's a lot of different ways to advertise yourself. You can go in comments and you can spam. That's one way to advertise for yourself. I don't think many of you, if you went into PewDiePie's video and saw in the comment section, some dude wrote, oh my goodness, this new Pepsi Max is so good that you would go buy it. Most likely not. But then Pepsi came up with that brilliant idea that a simple Pepsi could save a whole riot. And that started the Pepsi meme. But then United Airlines thought they could advertise in an even better way. So they assaulted their own passengers just to get some more advertising and to get out in the media. But see, Plutto has his very own brilliant idea on how to actually advertise. See, there's tons of different ways you can advertise. But Plutto is the champion at advertising. Just see a really psychological way of advertising. Subscribe to Plutto. 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 Whoa, there you saw it, man. That's an amazing way of advertising. Next time you just hear the word Plutto, you'll think of me and subscribing. Oh my goodness. But you can always argue whether or not these ads are actually good or bad. But there are some ads which are so bad that you can't even argue whether or not they are good. So based on that, that's why today's video is the top 5 places you should not advertise. Number 5. At number 5 we have something which seems brilliant but is stupid as hell. And that is to advertise on a homeless person's blanket.
Say what?
Even though it would be showing all the time and most likely in a crowded area, I don't think it sends such a good message. Or maybe it's just me, but I don't believe that it sends the best possible message. But of course it's your preferral. But now you have my advice that it's maybe not the best place to advertise. But of course there are some that are even more insane, which leads us to number 4. And this is actually an excellent way of doing something. It's so exciting and it's exactly what you thought. But to be honest, it's not really such a huge exercise to do this here. And if you haven't already guessed it, yes, number 4 is creating an ad on an egg. What a bad intro. And yes, even here at Easter, it might seem as a good idea to place your ad on an egg. But trust me, it will get cracked and it will get fried and they'll forget all about it. No matter how exciting you might think it is to put your ad on an egg, just don't do it. Just don't do it, man. You might end up losing customers more than gaining customers. But of course, if you are a real visionary, you might most likely already spotted the outside of this world. You may be seeing all the possible ads you could do here on Earth. But you still believe that there are more you could do, but there are greater advertisements that you could do. And that's correct. Because there's some advertisement that seems so brilliant and so stupid at the same time. Which leads us to number 3. You most likely heard the quote, to infinity and beyond. Or you might have seen some space shuttle and you might have thought, why is my ad not on outer space? And that's actually a brilliant idea, because why don't you place an ad out in outer space? Not only will you impact a few humans, but you will impact the whole you will most likely impact the whole Milky Way. That's actually amazing. Take me as an example. If you go to Plutto, it's filled with ads from me. It's just true. But no guys, I don't, honestly, jokes aside, I don't believe you get the biggest potential out of advertising in outer space. I don't think that many people will see it, to be honest. But of course that's for you to decide, because I'm not the one to tell you where you should advertise. Nor am I the one to tell you where you should get a tattoo. Which leads us to number 2. That is if you get a tattoo on your forehead. Even though it seemed brilliant to go around with a tattoo that states subscribe to Plutto, it might not be the most brilliant idea. But of course, I'm not the one to tell you that. It's totally up for you to decide whether or not you want a tattoo in your forehead. And honestly, most people will see it and they might believe that you're extremely stupid. But nevertheless, Harry Potter had his own scar and he was remembered only by a scar. If somebody says a scar on his forehead, everybody knows we're talking about Harry Potter. See, that was actually a brilliant way of advertising. So maybe I should try the same thing. Maybe I should just go around with a big P on my forehead. And people will be like, who's that dude with a P? Oh, come on guys, man, that's Plutto. Yeah, that seems like a really stupid idea to advertise that way. And yeah, of course, maybe you can get ink disease and you might end up dying. But that will not stop you from advertising, because you will still have the tattoo in your forehead. But there's a better way of advertising even when you are dead, which leads us to number 1. Yeah guys, you heard me correct. We are at the final, and this year is absolutely so obscure that it honestly was the whole reason why I did today's video, because I joked with my friends about this year, and then we reached to this one and we were like, I have to make this year. Like, no way you can get around this. When you die, you don't want to leave your company behind. You don't want to leave your YouTube career behind. You want to be remembered. And there's a good way to be remembered. See, somebody leaves some memorial words in their tombstone and so on. But what if, just what if, I think I said it enough times now, but what if you wrote an advertisement on your tombstone? Just imagine it. Just imagine going past some tombstone, yeah, she died in 2013, yeah, 1991, there lies Hitler. Oh my goodness, subscribe to Plutto. What is that? Maybe I'll just go in and check. And just leave a long link at the bottom so people will know which link they should go into. That seems like a brilliant ass idea. The best possible way you could advertise. Tons of people will go see your tombstone, they'll be like, oh my goodness, what is Plutto? What is that link? Where does it lead? I must check it out. And you go into that link and you find something amazing. Like, just imagine, man, all the possibilities. That way my YouTube channel will never die and I will hopefully gain some more subscribers. But then again, if there comes a zombie apocalypse, they might break the tombstone and we have a huge problem. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should just stick to the regular sort of advertisement. So thank you guys so much for watching this weird ass video. Maybe I should start preparing a little bit more, or maybe just think about some more in-depth videos. Who cares? Nobody cares, but nevertheless guys, man, this is all you get from today's video. Yeah, honestly man, it was... But honestly guys, man, I hope you now know where you shouldn't advertise, or where you should advertise. That's the question. That's the big question Shakespeare asked in his masterpiece called Hamilton. If you're new to this channel, man, then go down there and subscribe and check that bell. That way you won't miss out on these little videos. But I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Check.